All right, peace, family. How y'all doing? All right, so we're gonna be breaking down some of the depths of how to create better magical results, how to have your magical endeavors, be enhanced. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Not gonna be a long video, but it's going down. Some of these things you guys can really are most of you guys are already doing, and some of these things newcomers need to start doing. So wherever you at, everybody's at different levels, and that's okay. So hey, as long as you made it to the party, you enjoy and welcome to stay. So all right, so let's go. So the first thing we're gonna talk about when it comes to advancing your spiritual apparatus, right? Dealing with your power. And the first thing you need to do, we're gonna write this down. What's gonna be first and foremost is your mindsets. Mindset. Everything starts with mindset. There's nothing magical, mystical you can do in life, without having, that first and foremost magical mindset. So that's gonna be the first thing you need to do. So when you asking like, hey, well, what type of spell am I gonna, use for, bringing back my loved one or deceased one or, whatever it is you're trying to do, you have to be in a certain type of mindset. A lot of these things that I've seen just online don't even make sense. And certain things that people ask for, or think that's possible is just it's almost insane. To think that certain things can happen. So mindset is very key because the universe is what? It's all mental. You know what I'm saying? So how are you if you want to recreate something in your universe, it's gonna have to start from the mind. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? That is the top number one thing doing. If you don't have no other, you know, let's say tools like spiritual tools, crystals, candles, what have you, your mind is the first magic. You know what I'm saying? You could thought a spell into existence. You know what I mean? So guys, first thing is mindset, mindset, mindset. You have to make sure that you have a healthy mind in everything that you're doing because your energy of the spell determines that your mind. You know what I'm saying? If you can't sit down and visualize that spell, then how is it going to come into fruition? You see what I'm saying? So your mindset is everything. You want to be able to sit down and focus on that thing that you're trying to achieve. And how does that look? You know what I mean? What is the next reality that you trying to bring forth? You see what I'm saying? So mindset, mindset, mindset. Next, your method. Number two, write this down. Number two is your method. You know what I'm saying? What is your methodology in dealing with, this type of spell that you're doing? Are you what pantheon of energy are you falling from or are you pulling from? Because everyone is like, I want this spell, that spell, but quote unquote spells come from systems. So if you don't want to acknowledge the system that when it comes from, but you want to just get the spell just to create, do whatever, it's like, okay, that's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? But your spells and your methodology is very important. So it's really two main things, right? It's like you're gonna have a spell that's gonna come from some type of major spiritual system, be it BE5, voodoo, what have you. A lot of things have already been laid out, so you already have a majority of compiled information that your ancestors been already broke down for you to actually utilize. You see what I'm saying? Some say they're traditional, but a lot of times these things are lifelong. You know what I mean? So that's one body of knowledge. And yes, once you're gonna start there, and then of course you're gonna naturally create your own spiritual forms of doing things, your own spiritual magical systems, and your own tricks and stuff. That's what you're supposed to do. So it's a balance of both, though, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still pulling your recipes, your ingredients, your concepts from some type of major source and system when you're trying to do your spell. So that's two, your methodology. What methodology are you doing? And we can get deeper onto that too. Three is your energy level. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with these work and spiritual things, man, you know, you need energy. They require energy. You're bringing in a new reality. That requires energy. That requires some type of, you know, whether it be alchemy, equivalent exchange, some type of feeding, breeding, something you're going to need to charge that thing that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Everything, it moves in life off of energy streams. So you have to know the energy level that you're dealing with your ashe, you know what I'm saying, when you're trying to do. It depends on what you're trying to do. Everything is not a cookie cutter, you know what I'm saying? It could be the same spell. You can have the same spell like that two people can use and it can still work differently, and y'all could have did it the exact same way. And it's still gonna work it differently because the individual. You see what I'm saying? It still might do what it do, but it's on you. So 3 is energy level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things, rituals require fasting before you do them. A lot of these things require you do the ritual for several days straight. A lot of things require you to stay up all night. So energy is everything. Most people have jobs. Most people will get kids running around knocking your altar down. You know what I mean? All type of stuff. I know. You know, so it's like energy level is very important. You know, so that's 3. And 4, divination. You know, being able to divine and track, you know, your energy and your movement and the creation of where you at as you building something. Hey, let me cast this divination, do this reading to see where I'm at, to see where is, you know, my mindset, my method and energy level, where is it at now? You see what I'm saying? Because it's been 3 days, it's been 5 days, it's been 7 days, it's been, you know, several months. You know what I mean? Every ritual ain't a short-term ritual. You know what I'm saying? They're a long-term ritual. So, you know, that type of thing. So, guys, peace and love. That's just, you know, my 5 minutes of fame. And just want to give you some spiritual game. All right? Peace.